Hello everyone, welcome to Steam Scout Early Access. Today we're taking a look at Steredenn, a roguelike shmup created by Pixelnest Studio, and one that I've really been enjoying so far. Without further ado, let's jump right in. So we can see our modes here. We'll come back to the menu after we dive in, and you can see kind of what a run of the game looks like. I'm going to be using a gamepad. It does play fine with keyboard, however. Alright, so here we go. Our flagship was shot down, and we are a kind of little fighter jet out there in space, defeating these space pirates. I'm pretty sure they're pirates. I think they're pirates. Yeah, they're pirates. So I can hold the A button down to fire. Ouch. You can see at the top left there I have a pretty decent sized health bar, which is something that I enjoy, and especially with some of the with the type of game they're going for, with this kind of roguelike fusion, it makes sense to not have a one-hit kill. The game... Oh, I missed that pickup. So, one of the really interesting parts of this game is the weapons. The weapons are really fascinating, and I can open up 2 at a time. I just picked up homing missiles, so I can switch between them with the X button, and you'll find some weapons that have kind of cooldowns, so you're strongly incentivized to fire, and then switch weapons, and then fire again. Alright, so the missiles are so good. So actually, I found that any weapon that attacks your target without you necessarily being in front of them, since most of the projectile... Oh! That back shot kind of took me by surprise. Since most of the projectiles head forward... Oh, that was terrible. Any weapon you find that can attack an enemy when you're at their backside is to your advantage. So after we defeat a boss, we can have our choice of any pickups here. We can see we can increase our score, which would be good if we're score attacking. There is a combo meter. You may see that underneath my score there, times 7. So I think more combo for a higher score, if you're trying to get on the leaderboards. Contact, 50% drop rate and 15 damages. So I think that prefix there are weapons of various types, like lasers, bullet, etc. So contacts weapons increase damage and drop rate. Cargo ships, I think, are the ones that will drop our weapon possibilities, but health, seems just the best to me. So we'll grab our upgrade, we'll move on. So you can kind of see already how this fusion is working. I like that scene transition, it's cool. Between our shmup and our roguelike. So we got this minefield here. Oh, good. So actually my homing missiles don't seem to be great. And actually I'd like to get rid of the default blaster. It's not that good. So actually this one of my kind of small complaints with this game is the visual style. And actually, well, I think the pixel art is actually beautiful. There's a little bit of difficulty discerning the background and the foreground, and it can get a little bit confusing at times, but I found that as I play the game more, I get used to the visual style, and I understand how to kind of filter what's important and what's not. But that minefield really confused me, actually, the first time I ran through it. So I got this pretty sweet laser now. It's awesome. But actually, it lowers my movement speed when I'm firing it. So it's kind of got a risk-reward thing. And you'll see that with some of the weapons, but it is extremely powerful. I'm just going to light this dude up. Alright, we're doing good. So hopefully, and just from what I've seen, I've only had the game for a week or so now, but the devs have been pretty consistent with updates and changes, and they've done some balance changes and things that I think have affected the game rather positively already. So, you know, if they have the persistence to stick with that, and I think probably one of the darlings of the early access system is probably like Nuclear Throne. I think that's one of like the strongest titles to use early access. You see the great game at its core, fun, and just kind of naturally evolves and gets more features and balance as it goes on. And it's, like, this game is already super fun, like at its core. Lasers slow down instead of hurting? No, I don't want that. Reflect damage when hit. That seems good. I don't want any of this score junk. I don't have contact weapons. Let's do it. Yeah, so they've seemed pretty persistent, or consistent rather, with their updates, and I think that's something really important when you're using the early access model to try to entice people to jump in now. And yeah, I've been really pleased thus far. Hopefully we'll find some of the more unique weapons. They've got some really cool ones. But if not, I'll show you in the cool kind of challenge mode that they have. Oh, okay, good dodge, good dodge. Nice. Yeah, actually, like, one thing they changed was, you know, when you hit an enemy, they had this kind of, like, really long invincibility frame that... we'll get rid of homing missiles, I guess. Oh, this weapon I can't hold at fire. It's like a shotgun, though, so it's pretty good. I'll stick with it. But, yeah, like, enemies, they take a hit, and they had this really long period where they wouldn't take damage again, and really bothered me, and they fixed it, and they patched it, and the game is significantly more fun for that. So I guess, you know, part of the danger of early access, though, is, you know, the game is so constantly evolving that, and it perhaps may move to an endpoint that you're not fond of. I recently heard that one of the darlings of early access, oh goodness, oh man, the name is escaping me now, of course. The roguelike, really gothic roguelike. Oh man, my brain is trying to come up with the name of that game, and it is totally throwing my play off. Come on, come on, come on! But yeah, this that gothic roguelike game, they started off really strong. People were very fond of it, and then they since forth made some changes. Oh, Darkest Dungeon, thank you. They had since made some changes to it, which people did not enjoy, and they started to move away from the core that people really enjoyed. So, you know, one of the things to be wary of in early access, but I think, oh, cool, ray gun and vaporized rocks and chunks. Bullet, 50% draw rate, 50% damage. Actually, let's up our bullet damage, I guess. But, you know, I guess that's part of the risk of early access and whether you're willing or ready to dive into it or not. My only other, I guess the only other thing that about the game that I'm not fond is the music. You know, it's growing on me. It does get me kind of hyped sometimes, but I do prefer a kind of more low-key soundtrack, especially in the reaches of space. But again, that's all preference. This game at its core is solid, and hopefully I'll find some more fun weapons to show you. And you know, it's kind of a testament, because usually I'm not even really a big fan of these games, although I haven't found some that I've really enjoyed recently, like Superstar Path, which in and of itself is also a fusion. Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, should I? Yeah, we'll take it. All right, so this is the jaw weapon. It's a contact weapon, and it absolutely devastates things. But, you know, you have to put yourself in considerable danger to attack with it. I just think it's such a cool idea. I've never seen a weapon like this in a shmup. Alright, let's switch weapons. These guys get on my nerves. This is a pretty decent run for our first showing here. Oh, wow, that was close. Yeah, just gotta move and shoot, move and shoot. Don't look at your ship, don't look at where your bullets are going. Just dodge. Just be dodging. Always dodging. So yeah, these boss encounters are actually a bit randomized as well, by the way. You never really know which boss you're going to get. And actually, even their bullet spreads and like the shots they fire change, which I think is pretty cool. You're always on your toes, man. I'm dead. Actually, I think that's the farthest I've ever gotten. Okay, so you can see how far we got, our points there, and the bosses to come. Like, that final boss looks crazy. And you can loop in this game, which I think is great, and probably something they borrowed or were influenced by Nuclear Throne. So let's take a quick look at our menu here, since we didn't get to show you that. Settings, you know, rather basic. The game is pixel art, it's full screen, but you can turn vibration off. We got individual sliders for music, etc. Turn full screen off, change resolution. But honestly, probably the defaults will do just fine. There's also dailies. They introduced this recently, which I think is cool, and actually we'll probably check that out slightly after we jump into Arena here. So we can pick a boss, and to go up against, and actually I can freely choose weapons that I found, which is cool because I'll get to show you some fun stuff. Alright, so we'll go with... Oh, you guys need to see bots. These... Oh no, did I take it? Oh goodness, I think I messed up. I'll quit real quick if I screwed up. Yeah, I totally screwed up. Alright, let's quit. So I need to push. Oh yeah, I need to push to equip it, of course. Oh yeah, let's get some flame bots, and then demuxer. No, we'll do the boomerang. Cool. All right, so these would be cool weapons to show you guys. And it seems like the more you play, the more weapons you'll find. And actually, you probably saw a significant number of question marks there. So these are the bots. When I push A, it will drop a bot which is deployable and will attack on its own. And they can be destroyed, however. And you also see a cooldown at the top left of when I can next deploy one after I deploy one. So they're quite fragile, but man, they can put some crazy damage out. And they're just such a cool idea, and I'm quite fond of them. Yeah, let's get some flame bots on this fool. It's fantastic. And then this is the boomerang. So they've gotten really creative with the weapons, and I think that variety is what really helps this game stand out. I can't recall seeing a weapon like that in a shmup before. So let's do our daily, and I guess I'll kind of wrap it up here. We can see they show us the people who are better than us before we get started. To just try and demoralize you a bit. All right, let's go. But yeah, you know, the levels, the bosses, like I said, the variations to them, they're all randomized, and they seem to have balanced it really well, because I've never felt like once I've had it like a cheap encounter or just something that felt, you know, unfair or weirdly balanced or anything. I haven't seen it once. Oh, this is some weird kind of contact weapon. Oh, I don't like that. I need to get something else. Oh man. Alright. So I think, I don't quite understand how the combo works, but you'll see, like, when I clear a section of enemies, I'll get some kind of, like a check mark. So I guess that's if you do a clean sweep, it fills your combo, or it contributes more significantly to your combo. I'm thinking that since this... Oh, I hate this kind of flower pattern thing. I'm thinking that maybe this is really strong because it's just horrible and it's so hard to use. Maybe it's like really... Oh, does it block shots? Did I just... Oh man, I hate that thing. Does it block bullets? It does! Oh, that's actually great. That's so cool. Okay, so... Again, you can see how they're their bullet or weapon design rather is really creative, and I get that cool feeling of switching between weapons. It keeps you active also. Oh, I screwed up. But I got him. I think I contact damaged him to death there. And yeah, so, you know, they've been doing cool things, again, like with changes. Like, for example, that your weapon swapping used to have a trait, like a pretty significant delay to it, which to me wasn't as fun because I couldn't do things like I was just doing there. Energy ray gun and vaporized rocks and jumps. I'm tempted to just take health. Autocannon weapon. Yeah, I don't think that energy weapon is really like a weapon, so we'll take this autocannon. It's more like defensive, really. It's what it's looking like. Oh, okay, sweet. This is like, actually, I didn't even remember what autocannon was. That's awesome. I wonder if it can be destroyed or if I just got this thing permanently. It's really helpful. It auto-targets, too. Yeah, so like these asteroid fields, again, it speaks to that just like little complaint I was talking about where sometimes it gets difficult to discern, you know, what's a threat and what's not in the game. Like there are asteroids in the background and they're toned gray to denote that they're in the background, but you know, it can get a little hard to tell at times. Yeah, actually, when I was first playing the game, I had much more trouble distinguishing foreground from background. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of troubles me to complain about that though, because I think the pixel art is like beautiful. Alright. Man, these guys' bullets are tricky. I want a shockwave, but I don't think I need to risk it. Like switching, you know? It'll throw me off more. I'll just stick to it. Oh no! See. I should have shockwave to protect myself. That was a mistake. Alright. Oh, I don't like this. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, there we go. Alright. Actually, I guess it's good to have the shockwave, like, ready to protect me. And you probably see that little face on top of the boss there. Yellow means close to death, red means almost dead. Alright, we got that fool. Okay, let's see. Mini rockets and bigger radius. Shockwave is good, but... Oh, but... Okay, so like, if I had a heavy weapon, but I don't. So actually, all of this is crap. We're gonna take score. This is the daily, man. I'm trying to rank. Alright, good. Just gotta stay calm. Good, alright. Actually, those things kill me a lot. Alright. Yeah, like, I mean, look at the art. It's awesome. Like, look how cool that background looks right now. I love it. Ooh, that was good dodge. That looks fantastic. I like the stars kind of twinkling there. The animation looks awesome. Should I try to shockwave these guys? They're so tanky. I hate these things. Alright, we're not even going to try to... Oh, that was terrible. Yeah, I don't have enough firepower to take those things down. Still got a check mark though, so... I guess just passing a section gives you points. Let's see what we can get from this. Homing missiles. Alright. Actually, that means I made a mistake in not taking the heavy upgrade. It's okay, we need score, man. That's the most important thing. Oh no, I should have crossed when the laser got blocked. Actually, you know what? I think you still get a health upgrade slightly when you beat a level. I should pay attention to that. How many blocks do I have now? Whoa. Careful. Actually, homing missiles is like really bad here. Because it's going after the missiles, it's not attacking him. This is it. This is where we eat it. Oh man. Okay, so if I go down a little more. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Imagine if I had those bots, those flame bots, man, they would do so much damage. I would just launch a bunch behind him. Now that he's not firing the missiles, actually, our missiles are okay again. Oh, come on. Oh, these missiles are back. Jeez, those missiles, yo. I'm dead. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling dead. No! Alright, let's see how we did. What is my ultimate ranking in the daily here? Oh my god. I'm number 9? Wait, is this the entire list? No way, this is not the entire list. I'm top 10? How many people own this game? Well, I could be inflating my performance there because maybe the game's not in high circulation, but I still feel pretty good about that. Well, that's Steredenn. It's pretty cool. I think if it appeals to you slightly, you should check it out. Alright guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching.